What's going on? What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday night, and I intend doing well. I was doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on? Now, y'all know we get this thing started at like the 5 minute mark, and y'all already know how this thing goes. You know, we talk to each other for a little bit, and then once we get done talking, we get right into everything. So right about now, I'm still in St. Louis, as I told you guys earlier when I covered Salt Lake City. I leave here on Saturday morning, and that's pretty much suggested it. Now I didn't know anything about Jimmy Kimmel until I made this live. So I'll probably be talking about Jimmy Kimmel like sometime tomorrow. That's probably when I'll be talking about him because it's not even a part of, this particular live because I had already made this live up and everything, right before they started talking about Jimmy Kimmel and stuff like that. So, we'll get more into that tomorrow. It just depends. You feel what I'm saying? I think y'all probably already noticed that I already got my lives and stuff set up for like all the shows that's coming up, like Potomac and Bill Collective and Roaster Review and Whether You Like It or Not panel. I already got those set up already, so it won't be nothing to think about, nothing to have to do. It's already set up, honey. So y'all already know that, and that's just good. So y'all know I like to get my stuff done and out the motherfucking way. Y'all already know that. It's already said. Now, does anybody know if Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back on Saturday or not? Because they were saying that it was the mid-season finale, which is crazy because they're only 8 episodes in. But Carlos King said that that wasn't true. So I don't know if that's true, if that's not, because I was gonna set a live up for that, but I don't know how true the shit is about it, not being, about it, being at its, mid-season finale. So we don't know. I don't know. I don't know if any of y'all fucking know, but we'll figure it out at some point. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see what else is going on here. What else is going on? I think it's off. They move Heart and Hustle to their time slot. Okay, so it might be over with, but why they ain't doing it at 8 episodes? They must be getting, like a small number of episodes this season for them to like cut it off at episode 8. They must only be getting like 16 episodes this season. Not that I'm mad about it because they be on for a long goddamn time. So I don't know, but we're gonna see how it go. I hope Bill Collective have more than 9 or 10 episodes. I can tell you that much. I hope they have more than 9 or 10 episodes. But we're gonna see how all of that pans out once it's time for Bill Collective to come on. But make sure, and speaking of Heart and Hustle, make sure you guys are tuning in to like the live with the panel that really be T and Josiah got going on. It's the Whether You Like It or Not panel edition of Heart and what is it? Heart and Hustle Houston. That's what this is. So make sure you guys tune in to that. I don't think they do it every single week, but they do it almost every week, and they do a really good job on that panel. I'll be watching and don't even watch their show. So I'll be on the lookout for that, y'all. So now that we're at the 5 minute mark, we're about to go ahead and get this thing started. Y'all do know that with every single live that we do, the goal is to hit 100 people with every live, and we're halfway there, more than halfway there at this point. So hopefully we get 100 plus on this particular live, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into what we're here to discuss. So let's talk about the first thing. And the first thing that we're going to discuss tonight is pretty much Akbar V. Now let's talk about Hood. Now y'all know that I don't care too much for Akbar V. Y'all know that Akbar V is a nuisance to me. She's annoying to me, and she gets on my goddamn nerves. But in this particular instance, I can't say that I'm going to drag her about anything because this is pretty serious on her side. So apparently Akbar V tearfully opens up about ongoing abuse and says that her husband beat her and jumped her with another woman. Now, this is coming from its own site. Now, this is what the article states, and I think what's coming up next in these slides are videos. So it says Akbar V is sharing the pain that she's been enduring at home. The rapper says that she's been repeatedly beaten by her husband, even claiming that he jumped her with the woman that he sleeps with. In a series of emotional posts, she revealed that she's been dealing with postpartum depression, verbal and physical abuse, and constant cheating, while also being pressured to support him financially. She admitted that she tried to fight for her marriage, but says that she's finally walking away for good this time. Please pray for me. I'm tired and I can't do this anymore, she wrote. Now let's get into the slides. That's her face. Oh, damn. That's how her face looked after he put his hands on her. That's quite a bit. That's a lot, okay? Now here she go. She says, I've been getting my face punched in by my husband, but turned around and asked me for money. And I was dumb and I still tried to work it out and figure out the problem. He gets mad when I find out he's cheating. Do you see my face? Do you see what I've been dealing with on top of that, going through postpartum depression? First time he beat me and put me in Jefferson Hospital because he was telling his ex-girlfriend's daughter that she can call and ask him for whatever, but knows how much the ex-girlfriend has done in our marriage. I still stayed. Now, he just did this on my birthday, which is August the 22nd, and he's such a narcissist. He told me it was my fault because the guy tried to help me when he slapped me. All I said was this lame nigga trying to make me go home, but I was playing nothing serious and he put his hands on me for nothing. Everyone knows that I play and talk smack. My husband knows it too. He just wanted to embarrass me at the club for my birthday. So he walks up to this man and whatever happened, happened. But whole time I'm getting blamed for it. He said if the guy didn't try to help me, I said that the man was minding his business. He walked up on him and then he say, I'm going to get him in jail or unalived if he stay with me trying to play victim. I'm tired. I'm not staying with nobody who cheats and abuses me. And I was going to make a police report because he keep putting his hands on me when he got caught doing something he shouldn't be doing. Everyone can laugh. I don't care. I'm dealing with a lot. Just pray for me. Please, I'm tired. Don't care no more. I'm tired. If I show y'all my face when he jumped on me with another female, y'all would tell me to throw him in jail. Nothing he can say to me no more. And I don't have anything to say. He's laid up with a woman right now while I'm here still being a wife because I'm doing everything the right way. Let's see. I haven't smiled in a long time. All this man do is verbally abuse me and then said that he didn't want to be in the marriage and said that he have done so much in it. I tried to fight and stay in it because I want God to see me as a person who is trying. I'm not about to let a man keep beating me and keep being mean to me when I'm being a wife and trying. Yes, I went to the internet in the past out of hurt, but this time I'm not even bashing. I'm telling the truth. I know y'all gonna laugh and bring up the Cardi B stuff, but I'm just being honest. I got to get the same strength that she got and walk away. Got women that he sleeps with laughing at me, but turn around and ask me for money. I finally started saying, I'm not helping no man who beats and cheats on me. I don't care no more. Everyone can laugh. I'm a heal and move on. And wasted so much time on nothing. Fell in love with what ifs. I posted him in a way I shouldn't have posted and posted stuff. So that was personal. I shouldn't, but I took accountability and apologized and tried to right my wrongs. When I catch a man who lies and gets mad at his wife for asking about cheating, I just know that he's a narcissist. But happy when I'm doing for him. I'm tired. Nobody can use me no more. Oh, and whatever he paid with his phone bill, it's off. He don't got money for it. I'm done. I'm getting my numbers changed. Let's see what else. Reason I had a problem with Munch because the girl who Munch got pregnant is a girl that he been messing with. He was cheating with her when I found out I was pregnant. Then I found out he turned her into Munch. I got a text when he was pulling up on her. All in all, that's why me and Munch fell out. Okay. So that is pretty much all of those posts that Akbar V made in regards to her husband cheating on her and beating on her. Now, I'm going to start off by saying this, right? Now, she was making fun of Cardi B in her situation. Now, I'm not one to bring up somebody else's shit because, I never went through domestic violence personally, but I grew up around it because my mother was abused by my ex-stepfather. So I'm never going to knock her for speaking her truth on said situation. However, them tables going to always turn. And my thing is, you did pop a lot of shit on Cardi B in her situation and made fun of her. And now here we are. You going through some shit with your husband and your shit is even worse. Now we do know that Cardi B was cheated on and drugged through the mud publicly and all of that. But not only were you cheated on, he's putting his hands on you. And that's never cool at all. But you gotta watch what you say when you put your mouth on other people. That's the one thing that I want to say to you, Akbar, because you do have a habit of making fun of people when you don't like them, when they're going through a lot of shit, a lot of unnecessary shit, a lot of shit that they shouldn't be going through. You'll get on your social media and you will say shit like, because see, God don't play about me. God don't play about me. And look at you now in the same predicament or even worse than the people that you were laughing at. This is why it's never cool or never good to laugh at anybody when they're going through certain shit. Okay? So let me start it off by saying that. Number two, that is what narcissistic men do. They put you through the worst shit. They abuse you. They gaslight the shit out of you. And then after they get done doing shit to you, they blame you for the shit that they did to you, which is crazy to me. And it's mentally fucked up. That type of shit mentally fucks you up because at some point in time, you really do get into your head, into your bag, and really believe that you are the problem when you know that you're not the issue here. You're doing everything that you're supposed to do as a wife, and you're going above and beyond as a wife. Like, you paying his bills. He ain't doing shit for you. You doing shit for him. Like, I don't know where you getting your money from because your music career really ain't popping off the way that it is. You might be getting like hosting gigs, or you might be on Zeus, or doing something with yourself for you to have enough money to not only fend for yourself, but fend for him. And not to mention, you got a boatload of children and you got pregnant for this same nigga that's putting his hands on you. So my thing about the situation is I'm just trying to figure out what gives. At the end of the day, it's easy for everybody to tell Akbar, girl, just pack your shit up and just leave. Like, get your ass on and leave. But we got to understand when it comes down to abuse and stuff like that, and women and men, it's never really that easy for people to get up and leave. It takes a woman several times before she really gets up the courage to really get up and leave. That's really the basis of the situation. And that can be very much that can be very much difficult for people that's watching you go through the stuff, because like when my mama was going through her stuff with my stepfather at the time, she would always say that she was gonna leave, and it took her years before she really left. And once she left, she was very much so freed. So when you are going through abuse and stuff like that, it's gonna take you some time to really get out of this shit. And people don't really realize that, because you can say that you're gonna leave all day, but then when the time comes, you might get stuck where you at, and then it may be a situation where you might be scared to leave because you feel like they're gonna hurt you if you leave, because sometimes they do try to hurt you when you leave. So that could be a part of it. I mean, we really don't know, but that could be part of the reason why things don't pan out the way that everybody think it should. So when it comes down to abuse, it's never really that easy to get away from something. You feel what I'm saying? So that's really all that I got from Miss Akbar V. So we're gonna move on to the next topic. So the next topic is Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice. So if you guys don't know or don't remember, Ice Spice was the next big thing during 2022 and 2023. She was the next big thing. Now she never was shit to me because I never thought that the broad could rap. I thought her music sucked. I thought that she couldn't perform. She didn't have no damn energy. I never understood why she was the next big thing, but she was. Nicki Minaj took her under her wing. They did a record together. It became a Grammy nominated record. And there was even a moment where Nicki Minaj was trying to sign Ice Spice to her label. But we do know that at one point in time, the two unfollowed each other on Instagram, and everybody was wondering what was the beef between Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice. Well, Ice Spice went on Keke Palmer's podcast, and she opened up about the hiccups that came along during her previous business relationship with Nicki Minaj. During a recent chat with Keke Palmer, she praised the music that they made together, but she acknowledged that when she was in talks to sign with Nicki, things got a little bit muddy due to Ice already being signed to two labels. According to Ice Spice, there was no room to add another deal to her plate. Would you have liked to see Ice take over Nicki's label? Let's see. So let's go ahead and get into the audio where Ice Spice and Keke Palmer are having this candid conversation. Let's get into it.
Grammy nominations, and then even like somebody like Nicki Minaj, Icon, being like, "Yo, I like what you're coming with."
Insane, crazy, like crazy. I had no, like, I always wanted that to be the case, but it's just like when it happens, you're like, whoa, like, is this real life? 2 records with her, I was gassed. Like, of course, I still am. Like, that's, I feel like it was.
What was it like working with her? Did you guys have like a one-on-one type of process, or was it kind of like, I'm gonna send it to you, you send it back?
We would do a lot of sending back and forth, like via text and stuff like that. But she would always like gas like what I did. Like, she would just be like, "Oh, I love your accent and like your tone and flow," and I would be like screaming like when she, you know what I mean?
Now, I know at one time it was talks of her possibly signing you. What made you kind of think? Because I know it can be tough when you're an artist and then you're signing an artist.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, man, is that the right decision to make? But then also, she's incredible. So kind of how did you navigate that and then maintain the love?
Well, I really let like our lawyers, I tried to like really let our lawyers like handle everything, and like our managers.
Yeah.
But I was already signed when she was trying to sign me. So I think that's where like the hiccups were.
Yeah.
Because it was like really no room anymore at that point.
Yeah.
To make like a new deal. I'm signed to 2 labels. So that was already like a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like.
But she understood, y'all, it's all love, and it's just like, it's the industry.
Well, yeah, it's all love, like always. Yeah. I still look up to her. She's mother.
Period.
Yeah.
Grammy nominations.
Yeah.
And then
Was Ice that okay? So that was Ice Spice speaking on what happened when she was approached to sign with Nicki's label. Now there was something else that Ice Spice said that I really want to go back to, but I always hear that it's never really a good idea for artists to sign to another artist, because when you do sign to another artist, they really don't have the time to really get into what you got going on, really. Like, they really don't. When you sign to another artist, what happens is they be so focused on their own selves that they really don't have time to really focus on you. So that is the reason why I always say, if you're an artist, please do not sign with another artist. Like, let the artist, take you somewhere else or something like that, but don't sign to another artist. I never think I don't hardly think that ever really goes well when you do stuff like that. Like, I don't think you should ever sign with another artist, because they gotta worry about their own damn shit. Like, they gotta worry about their own music career. They gotta worry about how they're coming with stuff. And then they gotta worry about you. Like, you're gonna turn into the last priority, to be quite honest. Like, what artists have you known that really, work with other artists and really was able to break through, in a sense? You know what I mean? Because I haven't heard many that do. And when they do work with other artists, it be these type of conversations where they be like, well, they were worried about themselves and they weren't really worried about me. or you know they was doing this but they didn't have the time to really focus on me because they had their own stuff going on. So sometimes that could be a little bit, that could be a bit of a situation where it's discipline for you that goes, that could be a bit of a situation where it could be a little bit tricky because both of y'all got careers to worry about. So if you're gonna think about it, what career do you think the artist is really gonna be worried with the most, yours or theirs? And do we really get upset when they choose themselves over you and what you got going on? You feel what I'm saying? So that be the thing that be getting me with people sometimes. Like, do y'all get what I'm saying? Because I don't think I feel like if I was in the art, if I was an artist, I would not want to sign with another artist. And I think just like this person said right here in the comments, like the only time I can see it is if they're not interested in making their own music. And that is very true. If they're not interested in doing music of their own, then it'll probably work. But if they're in their prime and they're still making music, then to be honest, it's not gonna work the way that you probably think it would. Like people be seeing the names and oh, they got this name and they can do this for me and they could probably do that for me, but not necessarily. They can only do so much for you. They can only do so much for you. And I just think that when it all boils down, I just think that it's a big risk to go and sign with another artist, to be quite honest. And when Ice Spice said that Nicki used to hype up her music, she definitely used to hype up her fucking music because her music was trash. Number one, I never seen it for her music. I never liked her music, and I ain't no hater. Y'all know I'm not. I ain't never been no hater, but when it come down to music, y'all know that I gotta get my opinion when it come down to some music. Now y'all know I don't play no games when it come down to music. Y'all know I'm a big music connoisseur, so I don't play when it come down to it. But I don't know. I just think that because I used to be wondering why Nicki used to be bigging her up so much. Because I'm like, girl, her shit went. Like, girl, her shit went. What you mean? But anyway, not only did Ice Spice speak on her situation with Nicki Minaj, signing with Nicki's label. Some of Nicki Minaj's fans got mad because Ice Spice said that she believed that Cardi B made being a female rapper inspiring and accessible after Nicki Minaj made it unattainable. Let's go ahead and get into that real quick.
What is your first song at 19? What made you say, I'm going to take this seriously? Was there a moment or a person that you saw doing something that made you say, maybe I could do a song or this could be a career?
I feel like Cardi B definitely brought back that like hope of like girls could rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because for a long time, like Nicki seemed so like unattainable and like, you know, that's part of the lore too.
Yes.
Of why I was so obsessed, because I'm like, only she could do it.
So seeing Cardi was like, okay, especially is she from the Bronx?
She's from the Bronx.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's from the Bronx. And so then you started taking it seriously. When did you meet Riot? Is that your producer, your main producer you were working with?
Yeah, we came up together. Yeah. We met at SUNY Purchase because I went to SUNY Purchase for like a year and change.
Yeah.
That's where we met as sophomores, I think.
Yeah.
So like right before we left. I mean, right before I left, he graduated. I wish I graduated looking back. I might go back to school.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You out getting at work.
Yeah.
You recorded your first song at 19.
Now, a lot of Nicki's fans were kind of mad when Ice Spice said what she said, as far as she felt like Cardi B pretty much opened doors for other female rappers to come in and really feel like they could really do it, because when it was just Nicki out there, it was kind of unattainable. It felt like couldn't nobody else do it but her. And of course, like I said, the Barbs were all in the comments mad. Okay, like let me look at some of the comments. Like somebody said this is not gonna go well for this young lady. So Cardi made it okay not to be able to know how to rap. Okay, the bars in hell, like whatever. Nicki, don't fall for it. Stay quiet. You know, never mind. Someone like this comment so I can come back to it when Nicki responds. So Nicki still dominating the game. What you mean? Missing the point. Nicki can't help that she set the bar so high for you girls. Missing the point. Let me see. What else is going on? Where we at? So basically, y'all need to stay in school and learn comprehension and how to read and write properly. Basically, um, yeah. So people were mad and feeling some type of way about what Ice Spice said. I don't think that Ice Spice said anything negative, and I don't think that she said anything wrong, because she didn't. So I don't understand why anybody is taking this shit personal or making it seem like she said something that was like disrespectful or disregarding Nicki and her impact. That is not what she did. And this is coming from a person that don't even fucking like Ice Spice like that. This is somebody that doesn't think that she's talented in any capacity. This is somebody that thinks that. That is not what she said. What she was saying was, when Nicki was coming up, Nicki was the only one that was out here doing her thing as a female rapper. And she was. But people want to sit up here and act like they don't get it. Oh, Trina was out. Y'all weren't buying her fucking music. So what are you talking about? Then they'll say shit like, oh, Dej Loaf was out. What did y'all get into with Dej Loaf besides Try Me? Oh, Iggy Azalea came out with Fancy. She got one #1 record. Where the other one is? A lot of these female rappers that popped up during the time that Nicki was reigning, they came and went. So I'm trying to understand why y'all love to name people like Trina, who's already past her prime. Why y'all like to name Dej Loaf, who's a one-hit wonder, and why y'all like to why y'all don't like, why y'all constantly name Iggy, who only got to have one #1 record and really didn't have no hits after that we know about. Everything that Ice Spice said that was fucking true. Because guess what? For a long time, Nicki was the only one. Nicki was the only female rapper winning Best Female Hip Hop Artist at the BET Awards. Anytime you saw that damn category and you saw Nicki in that category, we already knew who was winning. She had a winning streak for years, like a 6 or 7 year winning streak for years, up until Remy Ma won in 2017. It really started with Remy, if you want to be honest. Remy did Sheether, and months later, Cardi B came out with Bodak Yellow, and Bodak Yellow went bananas. And after Bodak Yellow came out and went bananas, then you saw people like Megan and people like Lotto and people like Glorilla, and it became another phenomenon for female rappers. So, you know, I would say that Remy kind of opened the door and Cardi B kind of bust through it and brought other people with her. That's just what I think. But when people say that, they think that that is somehow, some way taken away from what Nicki has done in this game. And I feel like for Nicki to be so huge and have this big fan base, you would think that these people would be so secure in the legacy that she's created for herself that they would not care about another female rapper getting some type of praise or something like that. Cardi B deserves that. She did come into a game when it was only a Nicki Minaj female rap game, like she did. And she came in and busted in. So, you know, like, a lot of women couldn't get into this game like that. They wasn't really checking for a female artist. They really wasn't trying. Like, Nicki was the only one out here really doing it for real. And I don't understand why y'all, when I say y'all, I'm talking about the Barbs, I don't understand why y'all cannot give credit where it's due. And I understand that your favorite artist is always going to be the best to you, because it is what it is. Like, of course, you're going to think that Nicki's the best. That's your favorite artist. Of course. I think K. Michelle is the best. Most people think that she's a fucking flop, but she's the best to me because it's my favorite artist. But it's okay to give other people, you know, their credit and their dues. And that's something that's very hard for you guys to do, is to give somebody their credit and their fucking dues at the end of the day. Cardi deserves it. Sue me or not. I really don't give a fuck. All I'm saying is, she did kind of let it be what it was when it came down to female rappers. It is what it is. But I just don't understand, you know, but that's just me. I don't understand these new age fans and stuff like that. Like, I really don't understand them. But, you know, I come from an era where we gave everybody motherfucking props, whether we wasn't into stan culture. We liked everybody. Shit, if you listen to Kim, you listen to Foxy. You listen to Foxy, you listen to Eve. You listen to Eve, you listen to Trina. You listen to Trina, you listen to Missy. We listen to everybody back then. You listen to Missy, you listen to Lauren. You listen to Lauren, you listen to So Fucking Lay. You listen to Soleil, you listen to Salt and Pepper. You listen to MC Light. You listen to everybody. So it is what it is, and I can't say that there was like no standing going on back then because you know it probably was standing, but it was no internet for us to see it. But like I said, it's nothing wrong with giving people their just due, and I do think that Cardi does deserve some just due for what she has brought into this era of female rappers. She kind of kicked that door open for everybody to be able to get in and do their thug thizzle and go about their business. And if you think not, then you a liar. And that's just the bottom line. If you don't think that she had anything to do with that, you's a fucking liar, and you know you are. So it is what it is, y'all. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next topic. The next topic is Mr. Chris Brown. Now, Chris Brown has a whole lot of colorism scandals against him as he always had, okay? Okay, now, this is a woman that says that Chris Brown's manager denied her VIP access at the Breezy Bowl while giving wristbands to mixed light-skinned and Blasian girls, okay? And this is coming from his own site. So let's go ahead and get into her. And then, of course, Chris Brown came out later on today and said some things about leaving the internet and stuff like that. So let's get into what this woman said first. Hold on, y'all.
Get you plus 2 other girls. So Boba finally comes to the gate around like 7:15. He comes to the gate. I know it's him because he had a name tag on. His name tag basically said Boba. So I'm like, hey, are you Boba? Are you Chris Brown's manager? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm here with such and such. He said that you would be escorting me and my friends to the VIP platform. And he was like, oh, no, sorry, I don't have any more VIP wristbands. So mind you, it's 7:10, like 7:05, 7:10. So the concert just started. And I actually saw him have like 50 VIP wristbands in his pocket, but we're going to get there in a second. So he's like, I'm sorry, I don't have any more VIP wristbands left. So I'm like, come. I'm like, I just got off the phone with such and such. He said that you were expecting me and my friends to come. So he's like, I'm sorry, sweetheart, I can't help you. And he walks away. Doesn't give us a ticket, don't give us any explanation, just that he doesn't have the wristbands. So I immediately get on the phone with my friend that works, with Chris Brown, knows Boba, knows all of them personally. And he's like, what? He's like, he literally just told me that he was coming to get y'all and he was expecting y'all. So he's like, let me call him and see what's going on. So he calls me back and he's just apologizing. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't know why he's tripping like that, but he doesn't want to give you guys the wristbands. So in the midst of it, I'm like, okay, well, he said he didn't have any left. But in the midst of it, we're standing there waiting for about 30 minutes to an hour. And me and my friends are watching him give girls wristbands that came way after us. And these girls were mixed. They were light skinned. They were Blasian. They were white. They were like, they didn't look like. So one of the guys from Chris Brown's entourage that was also with Boba walked up to my Puerto Rican friend and offered her a wristband. And she was like, well, what about my 2 friends that I'm with? And they're like, we can't help them. So this video is getting a little bit too long, but to make a long story short, we stood there and we missed Summer Walker and Bryson Tiller because we stood there waiting for somebody to help us for an hour. Boba and the rest of the entourage kept coming up, playing in our faces. They even tried to make us perform for the tickets, like made us spin around, audition, jump up and down on one leg, and stuff that the other women that did not have to do, like the light-skinned girls, the white girls, the mixed girls, they didn't have to do that. They walked up, got their wristbands, were escorted down with no problem. So yeah, after them playing in our face for about an hour, we basically peeped what was going on. We realized we weren't, getting in, and that was that. So after like an hour of us waiting, Boba comes back and he gives us regular tickets, like tickets that were like, up in the sections, like up in the stands or whatever. So, I wasn't like tripping, but I just felt like he was only doing that because I had to basically not necessarily harass him, but stress to him that we just drove all the way here from Cleveland and we were promised like VIP passes, VIP tickets by such and such. And he said you knew we were coming. So he basically just gave us the tickets because, I wouldn't let it go. He's about to come get you plus 2 other girls. So Boba finally comes to the gate around like 7:15. He comes to the gate. I know it's him because he had a name tag on. His name tag basically said Boba. So I'm like, hey, are you Boba? Are you Chris Brown's manager? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm here with such and such. He said that you would be escorting me and my friends to the VIP platform. And he was like, oh, no, sorry, I don't have any more VIP wristbands. So mind you, it's 7:10, like 7:05, 7:10. So the concert just started. And I actually saw him have like 50 VIP wristbands in his pocket, but we're going to get there in a second. So he's like, I'm sorry, I don't have any more VIP wristbands left. So I'm like, huh? I'm like, I just got.
Okay, so I'm sorry, that was going on again. Okay, so that was this girl's experience with the whole Chris Brown thing, the Breezy Bowl thing. That's the colorism thing. Now here's something else. A woman questions Black women complaining about Chris Brown's alleged paper bag test rules. Here we go. Let's get into it.
Help me understand because I'm a little confused. You guys bought tickets to go see Chris Brown. You guys paid money to go see that man, right? You found out when you got there that he's colorist, which we have known for the longest, but he's colorist and the women he brings up on stage have to pass a brown paper bag test, yada, yada, yada. Okay. You're coming on here and telling everybody for what? Because your demographic of people who might care didn't go to the concert in the first place because he's a heinous human being and a serial abuser. The people who care about women, especially Black women, didn't buy a ticket. The people who don't care went to the concert. So I'm confused who you guys are pleading to. Like, the people who care didn't go. You guys don't care he's a bad person. That's why you were in attendance. So why all of a sudden, like, I don't know. Like, did you guys not know that he was a disgusting human being when you bought tickets? Like, is that news to you, is my question. Because the people who don't care went. So if you're trying to get Chris Brown fans to not be Chris Brown fans because he's colorist, they already don't care that he's a gross human being. So who are you talking to? And then the people who do care that he's a disgusting human being and that he is colorist or even an abuser, like I said, didn't go. And we're looking at you crazy because why did you go? Because obviously the other stuff doesn't faze you. You know, like, do you understand my confusion? Help me understand because I'm a little confused. You guys bought tickets to go see Chris Brown. You guys paid money to go see that man, right? You found out when you got there that he's colorist, which we have known for the longest.
I think that video starting back over again. Okay. So not only did that, so that was a good point from that chick. So here we go for Chris Brown. Now Chris Brown makes it clear that he's not a colorist following his Take You Down performance with Kayla Nicole. So he says, miss me with the colorist rage baiting. Okay. So here's some of the tweets. Okay. Some of the tweets said, Chris Brown, a whole colorist, mind you. It's all a performance. Embarrassing. Okay. Kayla Nicole says she let Chris Brown grind on her for brown girls are sending me straight to the moon. Okay. That's another thing. Very hard to take a specific subcategory of a certain demographic, especially when they think that Kayla Nicole dancing with Chris Brown is a W for Black and brown women. I don't know if it's selective memory or disgusting or pro-abuse hypocrisy, okay? And not to mention they saying that Chris Brown wasn't bringing no brown-skinned girls on the stage and I see Kayla Nicole. Y'all can hush up now. The pro-Black woman in times of distress to cheering on domestic abuser Chris Brown pipeline strikes again. Bring back shame, okay? So that was pretty much the gist of that. Now, I think Chris Brown actually took down his Instagram, if I'm not mistaken, later on down the line because he was going on and on and on about, you know, people calling him a colorist and stuff like that, right? So I got to say this real quick, okay? And I really don't mean no harm when I say this, but first things first, I ain't buying no tickets to go see Chris Brown because I don't give a fuck about Chris Brown like that to go be buying no tickets from him. And it ain't because I can't afford it. It's because I don't care to see him perform. That's number one. The music ain't that damn great. I listen to it on the iPod. It ain't that fucking great. It ain't been that great in a long time. Number two, if you're a dark-skinned woman and you heard that he is a colorist and you heard that his preference is light-skinned women or Blasian women or whatever, why would you buy any tickets and why would you want to go see him in the VIP section if that's the case? And why are you complaining to the public about it and you think that they're supposed to feel sorry for you because you chose to go buy a ticket for an alleged colorist and abuser, which is not alleged, but an alleged colorist? Why do you think that we're supposed to give a fuck about you buying a ticket for his concert and getting turned around by him when folks have come out and said things about his colorist behavior many, many times before? Y'all already know what is given. Y'all know that the man don't give a fuck. He don't want you. Y'all know this already. So why y'all always putting yourselves through the bullshit and then turn around and complain to the people about the same bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. And I don't know what y'all wanted me to say about this, but that's all I really got for it. Because it's like, if y'all know this man is an alleged colorist, then what the fuck is you buying tickets for a concert from him any fucking way? But whatever, okay? Now, let's get into Cardi B. She's been a topic of discussion all day today, so let's go ahead and get into her. Now, Cardi B then went on Gayle King, and she has confirmed that she is indeed pregnant. Let's get into it.
Stefan Diggs. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How are you feeling about that? And that this will be baby number 4 for you, Cardi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm actually I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel like I'm in a good space. I feel very strong. I feel very powerful that I'm doing all this work, but I'm doing all this work while I'm creating a baby. Me and my man, we're very supportive of each other. We're like in the same space in our careers, but like in different,
By that, what do you mean by that same space? That you're both doing well? What do you mean?
You know what it is? That I feel like we're really great and one of the best at what we do. And me and him think the same way. Like, it's like, yeah, we're one of the greatest, but what's next? What we doing again? We do it again. We have to do it again all the time. It's not like we're never like comfortable. We just want to keep doing it. And that's just how we both are. My boyfriend, Stefan Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How are you feeling about that? And
now, here's the thing with this situation with Cardi B, right? So a lot of people have a whole lot to say about Cardi B and her being pregnant by Stefan Diggs and how she just got with him. I don't even think she's officially divorced from Offset and all this other crap. Can I just be real with y'all when I say this? I really don't give a fuck. And I don't know why everybody else cares so damn much. That's her cat. If she wants to continue to meow that motherfucker and have a whole church of children out of that motherfucker, she can. I don't know why everybody's mad. I don't know why anybody gives a fuck at this point. That's what Cardi B do. She likes to fucking get pregnant. I really don't care. I'm not outraged by this shit. That's her damn business. She barely knows this motherfucking. If she wants to sit up here and get pregnant by a man and she barely fucking knows, then that's her motherfucking business. Why the fuck are we mad about it like she's our fucking daughter? I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I don't care. I promise you. And I'm not even making no excuses for her on her behaviors or anything. I just sincerely don't really give a fuck about what she does in her free time when it comes down to her cat. She can do whatever the fuck she want to do. I promise you it ain't paying my bills. Might be paying hers, but it ain't paying my goddamn bills. Does she look kind of crazy? Yes. Is this a messy ass situation? Absolutely. Ain't she still married to Offset? I really don't know. Don't Stefan, whatever his name is, Stefan Diggs, don't he got his own rap sheet about cheating on folks and being abusive and, gay rumors out about him? Absolutely. And does she know that? I'm sure she knows it just like the rest of the world knows. Does she give a fuck about it? Clearly not. She done fucked them raw, got a baby by him. So should we give a fuck about it? No. Because as God is my witness, I'm pretty sure that if this shit does, go down bad, go up in smoke, she gonna get on her Twitter spaces, she gonna get on Instagram Live, she gonna blast him like she did Offset, she gonna do all this shit. So just get prepared. Because if it all boils down and if it all burns down, we all gonna hear about it. Y'all already know that too. So I don't even know why we mad about it. Why the fuck are we mad? That's what I'm trying to understand. Why are we mad? Because one thing about Scotty don't give a fuck. I promise you we don't. And when she does decide to go on her rants, we're going to be right here on Yes for the Mess discussing it. We're going to be talking about it, of course. We're going to have our opinions about it, of course. I'm going to tell y'all, I told y'all, I don't even know why the fuck y'all was mad in the first place. We already knew that all this shit was going to happen. So what we talking about here? I don't even know why the fuck we mad. Talking about I'm so disappointed in Cardi. Why the fuck you disappointed in some shit in a person that does this shit on a daily basis? You should be You should know that this is the shit that's gonna happen. She like to fucking have babies. Y'all should know this by now. Why the fuck you so disappointed in somebody doing what they normally do? Cardi B ain't doing shit but Cardi B in. So you should give a fuck for what reason? Child, please. Hey, Spilly boy, how you doing, James? Thank you for tuning in. But that's all I really got on Cardi B. I don't give a fuck. Congrats, I guess. So this is one of the main things that I wanted to discuss today. I wanted to discuss it yesterday, but I didn't have time. But this is one of the things that I wanted to discuss the most. And this is this Dame Dash stuff. Now, Dame Dash took his little bitter bitch ass to the Breakfast Club the other day, which was yesterday, did an interview with them, called Charlamagne gay, and said that he was the chairman of Revolt. But we found out that ain't really true. However, we're going to get into the first thing that's first, and that is Dame Dash calling Charlamagne gay. Let's get into it.
You're a proper representation of the masculine black man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you guys are.
I'm listening. Okay.
Like, your OG is Wendy Williams. My OG is sitting right here. You see him? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you why he's my OG. Because he killed anybody or any of those things. He just taught me how to be a better man.
Wendy's not my OG.
Can you
That's
stop?
Funny, though.
Can you stop?
Wendy Williams is your OG.
Wasn't she your boss?
Yeah, at one point.
So she was your OG. She put you on, and you should give her grace, and you should also give her props out of respect.
Oh,
because we have different trauma, like we're different. Like I'm not the kind of guy that would like. I'd rather get my ass whipped than run. But you're proud that you ran.
Yeah,
I'd rather get my ass whipped, and it ain't no disrespect, but I kind of think you're gay. You just act a little gay.
You got a problem with gay people?
Not at all. I've got a problem with people that pretend they're not gay. So let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. This is hilarious. I love
you're
what gay.
You're doing. This is hilarious.
So what I'm saying is, you might, because you started in gossip, which is is very feminine, and you want people to listen to you, and that we want people that represent masculinity, because men need to be doing what they need to do as men. They don't need to be worried about girl stuff. Do you think he's masculine? Would you want this man around you if 10 guys jumped you? He'd run, and you'd have to run with him. I like my women to feel safe when they're around me. I don't tell people and I'm not saying that's your way, but you're just not masculine. I've seen him run. I looked at a whole reel of, there's like a thing that says how many people bark. There's stuff that how many times you play with, talk about other people's genitals. You real masculine men don't do that. You said that some guys was throwing you kisses because they liked your paw's butt, and you went back. That's gay.
Why do you have such a problem with gay?
I don't have a problem. I have a problem with you. Wait. No.
Crazy,
yeah, that is why I pause. There's a lot of people like you.
There's
a lot of people like you that are gay that pretend they're not.
Black men can't be gay.
Black men that are gay should say they're gay.
Well, I'm not gay.
You are. You're gay. Anyway, now let me talk to you.
Broke.
Let me ask
you.
Let me say this. You acting like a girl.
You move like an old auntie. You an old Harlem auntie.
I could punch you right in your face like a grown man. I won't. And you won't do shit.
See, Dame, this is what you patty. So just so you know, because I knew you was
gonna say that. I've seen you run. Yes. I've seen you. I'm not saying I will. I'm saying no. Then your version of respectful is different than mine. We were on the street right now, and you were talking like that. I would have fucked you up. But I'm not gonna do that. Nah, I wouldn't have got beat up. But I wouldn't have got beat up. Let's end this. So let me say one more thing before I leave. I
have so many questions.
All right. Oh, you're right.
How you want to leave?
You can't. I don't think you're a proper.
First of all, while we're talking about who's a proper representation of what Black masculinity is, what you need to be a proper representation of is dentures and whatever you need to hold the motherfuckers together. You sitting up here talking about a nigga sexuality when you can't even keep your motherfucking teeth in your mouth. Let's start there, bitch. Okay, no one gives a fuck about your toxic masculinity speeches that you're trying to put out there. No one gives a fuck about any of that shit, bitch. First of all, okay. Number two, what's it to you if he's gay or not? Number three, you sitting up here bragging about I'd rather get my ass whooped than yada yada yada. Okay, so the fuck what? I don't give a fuck what you talking about. If a motherfucker run up on me and got more than two people trying to run up on me, I'm running too, bitch. Okay, my face is a part of my job. Okay, my face is me being on YouTube and selling books and shit. And my teeth is the same thing that I spent a lot of money getting fixed. You think I'm gonna let two hoes come up here and jump up on me? That's a lie. All that shit that you're talking about, Dame, is some bullshit. Then you're talking about Wendy Williams was your OG. Wendy Williams was your OG. So the fuck what? What Charlamagne is doing is no different than what a news reporter does, okay? It's no different than what people do in the news, in MSNBC, any of this shit. He's not doing anything different than any news reporter, any radio jock, any what. So what the fuck are you talking about? He's not doing anything different. And you talking about gossip is something that girls do. Bitch, have you been to the motherfucking barbershop? Because if you've been to the motherfucking barbershop, then you would know that that's not something that's just for girls. You sit in the barbershop for a couple of hours and you'll see how much niggas gossip all day, every day about everything. They talk about gay niggas, they talk about women, they talk about other niggas, they talk about every motherfucking thing in the barbershop. So if you really believe that gossip is only confined to what females do, then you're dumber than I thought. You talking about who was, your OG and all this other stuff and how they, taught you to be a better man. But when have you chosen to be a better man? Because when Boogie was on Growing Up Hip Hop, we saw that you was a fucked up individual, and we also saw that you was a fucked up parent too. Drove your own son to drink, but you don't want nobody to talk about that. And then the first thing that you do when you get on the Breakfast Club is sit up here and threaten to fuck Charlamagne up. But if you think that he's so gay and you think that him and DJ Envy are not great representations of black masculinity, then what the fuck are you a representation of? I think that you're the best representation of fuck niggas. I can tell you that. You're a great representation for fuck niggas, of course. We already know that. So if he's not a good representation for black masculinity, then I know that you are a great representation of what fuck boys really are. That's what we know, but that's what you do. What are you talking about? You can't even afford to put some poly grip in your mouth so your teeth won't fall the fuck out, and you're sitting up here talking about some other shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck are you supposed to be? And you ain't even got no money like that. Nigga, you filing fucking, bankruptcy and shit, and then did you see how he was at the whole goddamn interview? Like, he spent that whole interview trying to tell somebody what not to do, what not to say, who the fuck are you, all this other shit. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, you're a joke. Dame is a joke. And I know that a lot of people don't like Charlamagne, and we know that Charlamagne don't have the best, reputation, and that shit is absolutely fine. He ain't gotta have the best reputation, but at the end of the day, Dame was wrong and Charlamagne didn't do shit wrong. Okay, he didn't do anything wrong. Dame wanted to come on there and flex his motherfucking muscles and shit. And want to show folks that he's a real man. All this macho man bullshit that you like to do. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I ain't never liked you. I don't even know who the fuck you think you're supposed to be. But please go somewhere and sit your motherfucking ass down. And worry about your daughter who's a pick-me for these white folks on Next Generation NYC. Why don't you talk about that shit, how your daughter is a pick-me? You talk about that. But you want to use gay as a motherfucking insult, like that's supposed to make him weaker than you because he's supposedly gay. Bitch, you came to the Breakfast Club for an interview. If you wanted some masculine attention, why the fuck you didn't go to the Joe Budden podcast, or why you didn't go to Drink Champs or something? What the fuck you going to the Breakfast Club for? And in my motherfucking humble opinion, I think that Charlamagne won this motherfucking battle. Because he wasn't talking about shit the entire time. Then you want to say, you got to be here every day. You don't even get to see the light of day. You always here. That's their fucking job, is to be there at the radio station. That's their fucking job. Now, I can't speak for DJ Envy, but Charlamagne himself has gotten many different opportunities from being on the Breakfast Club. So I'm going to need for you to shut the fuck up, Damon Dash. See, this is probably why, you know, as much as I used to want a radio show and want to get off of YouTube and, you know, have a syndicated radio show or something like that on iHeart or something like that, this is probably the reason why I ain't got one, because I can't take the disrespect from people like Dame Dash. He would have wanted to fight my ass. I can't take the disrespect. I can be very professional and all that other good shit, but at the end of the day, all that shit that Dane was saying to Charlamagne I would have never let him get away with talking to me like that. I just can't. I can't take no bitch ass nigga talking to me like that and acting like he's big and bad and macho and all this other shit. When you sitting up here using elbows glue for your goddamn dentures, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up and sit down some fucking where, who the fuck you supposed to be? That's all the fuck I'm saying. Who the fuck you supposed to be? But anyway, let's continue, y'all. So let me put this up here. Hold on, y'all. Now, Dame Dash had a message for Charlamagne, and he said, Charlamagne, I would advise you not to make up phony sources without real names saying that anything I said was not true, or we will have a legal problem. Don't try to compromise my reputation. I have proof to support everything I say that will stand up in any court. What reputation? Your reputation been fucked up. So that's when Lauren LaRosa came in and said, I just spoke to a lead publicist at Revolt TV who confirms to me that Dame Dash is not the chairman of the network. So you set your ass up there and talked about how you was the chairman at Revolt, and these folks then told Lauren that you're not shit to Revolt. Fuck out of here. Now, this ain't all that happened with Dame Dash. Now, Claudia Jordan came out and she decided to blast Damon Dash after his Breakfast Club interview, and she said that he was a perv on the movie set and said that he acted highly inappropriate towards all the women on the set. Let's get into it.
Guys, I'm out here playing in this golf tournament and my phone is blowing up with notifications that Dame Dash once again has my name in his mouth when he should be having Polident tight grip in his mouth, instead holding those cheap ass dentures in place instead of worrying about me. Why do you keep trying to bring me into your mess? You've been sued by everybody. You've lost every single lawsuit and you owe the government all this money, yet you keep trying to bring me into your bullshit. I've been quiet. On the set of Dear Frank, you were wildly inappropriate. You did shit on that set that should have shut it down, okay? Very inappropriate, the way you were carrying on with the women on set, and what you did to me during the one scene was fucked up. I've not embarrassed you yet because everybody else has done that job for me, and including yourself. But if you want to keep running your mouth, then I'm going to tell my side. You was a fucking pervert on set. You were disgusting. The things you did with that porn tape and what you tried to do to get me ready for a scene with you while your shunt was showing out of your chest and you thought you was hot, you were not. You were a fat fucking mess. And yes, I understand you see me everywhere, so and you're nowhere except pretending to own ranches that you don't own and borrowing money from people. And you see people that are just flourishing without you. And like you do with Jay-Z, you're just sitting there jealous of everybody else, counting everybody else's money. So now you want to include me in your lawsuit. Nigga, bring it on. You lost every other suit that my lawyer, Chris Brown, has gone up against you against. You've lost everything. You don't pay rent. You fuck up with all the contracts. You've been sued by everybody and lost because you steal property from people. You found guilty of that, okay? From women. You rent expensive homes to give the image of you being wealthy, and then you default and don't pay your rent. And you've been sued by them, and you've lost those cases too. So why is my name in your mouth? I didn't want my body in your mouth. I sure don't want my name in your mouth. So keep all of us out of your mouth and out of your thoughts, okay? I'm so sick and tired of your shit. You are the reason for your failure. And Dame, you talk so much shit about people being culture vultures, stealing from the culture and not down with black people and they working for the white man, all while you parade a woman around that is a white woman and you pretend to be that she's Puerto Rican, that you think, oh, it's different, right, with me. And you talk so much shit about everybody else. Not that there's anything wrong with dating a white woman or a Puerto Rican woman, but you go out of your way to pretend that she's not what she is, okay? In my opinion. And I think that's super whack, but that just shows your character. Your character. Your own family don't fuck with you because of what you do and how you behave. You know, I felt bad for you when we were filming because I was like, damn, maybe he got a raw deal. You know, maybe like, you know, he is this victim that he claims to be. But I see now from working with you one time and never again that all your failures are your own. It's your own doing. You caused all of the bad shit that has happened to you. You're not a victim. Your ego in your mouth. You still think it's 2003 and it's the big pimping video where you can spray liquor on women and like it's cute. It was never cute. It never gave cute. So you can continue on your little tour and enjoy the attention. And, you know, people that don't really know and haven't been paying attention to you will be like, oh, man, he's smart, man. And the system did him wrong. You're not. You are struggling with that interview. Charlamagne was running circles around you. You went in there so fake. Oh, I don't fool with men. That's why I don't go anywhere with men. And then Charlamagne quickly checked you and said, you came in here with a man. That is a perfect summation of how fucking fake and whack you are, how much of a liar you are. So keep my name out of your mouth. I worked on a movie that you were given a vanity credit for as director. You gave some input here and there, but Josh Weber was the actual director giving us real direction while you were smoking weed, talking so much shit. Not that there's anything wrong with smoking weed, because I smoke too, but you want to be the director. You didn't want to sign your paperwork, okay? And you were very unprofessional on set. And the one scene that we had where I had to cry about how you treated me and what you did, and you was wilding and out of control, you was highly inappropriate. Did we get past that and did I get over it? Yes, that's why I didn't see you over it. But it's a note to self. You a fuckboy. It cut me for the best part. Damn, you are a fuckboy. That's why people don't fuck with you. You're a fuckboy. You sit there and talk big game. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. When you have to tell everybody how much of a boss you are, you're not. When you have to tell everybody how great you are, you're not. When you have to tell everybody how amazing you are, you're not. You're not. And I'm sorry for you. You were on a trajectory to be in big places and big spaces, but you fucked up with your mouth and your arrogant, annoying attitude. All right. I don't know why you think everyone's done you wrong. Are you not guilty in any of this? Like you've done nothing wrong to put yourself in position. The way you move, like I got to see firsthand, and you didn't put one penny up for that movie for Dear Frank. It was called The List at first, and you tried to go sell it behind our backs. You didn't own it, Dame. You didn't own it. Get over it. Move on and shut the fuck up. Keep thinking about more things. You have so many lawsuits where you've been found guilty of defamation. And I didn't jump on that bandwagon. I could have because you was out there dragging my name. I'm like, what did I do to you besides say no? What did I do to you for not want to spend the night at your house after filming? What did I do to you? Nothing. Nothing. I did not think you needed to be part of the project. I didn't think your name brought any value, but it was a means to an end to get Kanye West involved in the project. That's all. The only reason you were given a vanity credit, Dame. I was there from day one with the producer before you even brought on. And you're mad that I testified about the truth on the stand? I gave sworn testimony. It was all true. And if I didn't, you could have tried to get me for perjury and you did not. Like I tell motherfuckers that have problems with me, if I defamed you or lied on you, file a lawsuit, bitch. File a lawsuit. Because I stand by what I say, because I don't lie, because I have a bad memory, so I have to tell the truth. Someone just sent me the clip where Dame Dash says on The Breakfast Club that he has video of me saying that he is the best director ever. Someone just sent me the clip where Dame Dash says on The Breakfast Club that he has video of me saying that he is the best director ever. Really? Really? Dame Dash, I have a proposition for you. I know money's tight. And I'm not rich either. I'm just trying to make it out here in this world. If you can produce the video of me saying that you're the best director I've ever worked with, I will pay for your teeth to get fixed. That's an offer you can't refuse, right? If you can find said video of me telling you you're the best director I've ever worked with, I'm gonna fix your mouth up. And they'll never slip out again. Hey guys, I'm out here playing in this golf tournament and my phone is blowing up with notifications that...
First things first, Claudia went in on that. Claudia went in on Dame. Okay, she went in. And I know that a lot of people don't like Claudia. I mean, Claudia really ain't my favorite person like that either. But in this particular moment, she didn't do shit wrong. She went the fuck on who the fuck she needed to go the fuck in on, and that was motherfucking Dame Dash. She did mention her fucking name. He did. And, you know, because people don't like Claudia, the first thing that they do is try to talk about, you know, everybody that she done got into it with and stuff like that. And I just feel like at the end of the day, Claudia, when she does rant and rave the way that she just did, is normally for a reason. And the reason being is that Dame had her name in his mouth. And he needs to get her name out of his mouth and just shut the fuck up. That's what he needs to do. But instead, you know, he's sitting around here acting like he's the second coming to masculinity, but let a woman drag the fuck out of him. And I want to see if he's going to respond to Claudia Jordan anyway. All I got to say is I ain't mad with her. I ain't mad at nobody that comes at Damon Dash at the end of the day because he a bitch ass nigga, okay? Like, he real stupid. Like, he always contradicts himself. Remember, he set his ass on Surviving R. Kelly and was talking all that bullshit, and then everybody exposed him for having his own sexual assault case or something like that. And not only did they say that, but they also said that he was walking around. He talking about he ain't like R. Kelly and what he did to Aaliyah, but he was sitting up here in the Fiesta video dancing right next to him. And this was during the time that he was dating Aaliyah. But yet you talking about you want to put hands on R. Kelly, but you sitting up here dancing with him in the Fiesta video. Get your stupid ass the fuck out of here, dang. These niggas are weird. They're whack. They fake as fuck. And don't nobody got time for that bullshit. I'm just being honest with y'all. Don't nobody got time for that shit, period. But y'all, that's about it. I didn't know this live was going to be over an hour long, but I actually like it when my lives are over an hour long, so I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. I know it was a little late, but, you know, I'm still trying to give you guys work while I'm away from home. As I said, I will be here up until Friday night. I leave out on Saturday morning, so we'll be back on regular schedule programming by the time I get home. So with that being said, before we get up out of here, you guys do know that my book drops in 6 days, okay? It's called That's Why You're Lonely. It comes out on September the 23rd. So be on the lookout for my book to drop on Amazon and Kindle Books. Pre-orders are out right now. You can pre-order the ebook right now on Amazon/Kindle. All you gotta do is go on Amazon, type in the name of the book, and the name of the book will pop up, and the pre-order will be right there for you to pre-order the book. So make sure you do that. And if you want a signed copy, signed physical copy, there it is from me. The pre-order is on PayPal. I'm sure Payne has shared the links to both. Okay. So with that being said, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, y'all, your boys up out here, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Cause I know what I want. I guess I could pray to the man up above. Start a new path with unconditional love. I can build a new life out of this mess. Moving on to a place free from the stress. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. All of my life, and you know what hit the worst when it starts with the night. I'm the type of nigga shit that can speak for itself. See, I'm a bad little nigga with his heart as well. Say it best from the heart, so it beating is felt. Just a sense to see you smile, someone probably can melt with the cause is still, nigga. I was just wishing, can I be the only bad bitch that you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hitting like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hitting like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hitting like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hitting like?